Okay. Yeah, let's start. Let me know if my voice is audible and the presentation is visible. Yes.
Yes, ma'am. Clear.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah, let's start. So we are in our second session of industrial management. So industry is a general concept. It doesn't confine to any particular operations which caters the customers. So it's all about whichever industry that is whatever is a operation streamline. So how you are going to manage the operations? That is how you are going to manage the complete operations in your organization, which comes under a particular industry. So when I am mentioning from factory floors to digital frontiers, it doesn't mean it should always mention about some production plant or some manufacturing plant or some assembly unit. So it's a general term, okay? Because mostly industrial management concept, it refers to manufacturing, production, and assembly. But let's not confine to that only. So let's take it as a general context, okay? So let us know have a quick review of what we have discussed in our last session. We started off with the foundational concepts, that is what is a management in an organization, in an industry, and how it evolved when industrialization started, and then when what it was in its peak, and what is the the environment now, the industrial environment right now, the management environment right now. And we then discussed about the difference between the classical and conventional and modern management, and the theories which was proposed by a few scholars like Frederick Taylor and Henry Foyle, Max Weber. So it all started with the conventional management, which was proposed by Frederick Taylor, and then during the peak of industrialization, management theories were proposed by Henry Foyle, and the new modern management theory, it was proposed by Max Weber. Then we all saw about the game changers, who played a very important role in researching the management and its concept. These people, these scholars they are the great researchers in management concepts, and all the theories proposed by them, by Elton Mayo, Douglas McGregor, and Peter Drucker. And we all again we saw the excerpts of the difference between classical and modern management in few aspects. That is from the view of workers, from decision making point, from change approach, from success metric point, by through communication view, and by structure point. And then we then moved to discussing about the organizational structures. Basically there are three types of organizational structures when it comes to a conservative management, a conventional management. So usually you can see the pyramid structure, which is a typical hierarchical structure. And in modern management, when the industrialization was its peak, and during the 70s and 80s, slowly the network, that is modern flat structure, came into came into the view, and many companies started going on with the network management. There's no network structure of managing the all the activities in the organization. And finally, now it's the hybrid structure, which is a matrix structure. And we saw few emerging matrix structures, such as the holocracy, the network, and the platform organization. Then we discussed about the four pillars of management, which is planning, organizing, leading, and finally controlling. So these are the four pillars of the management. So when I say management, it's all about managing the overall activities in the organization. That is the complete industrial management. Then we saw about what is integrated management system. So it's all about integrating the activities from start till end. So integrating all the 4 pillars of the management, that is planning, organizing, leading, and controlling. Uh, Instead of starting with the planning and then going on with the organizing and then continuing with the leading and finally controlling. So what managements right they nowadays they do is they start initially from executing all the 4 pillars. That is when they are planning, they do organized work by leading the teams and by controlling the activities. So these 4 pillars, activities of these 4 pillars, it can be seen in every phase, every stage in the process, or every stage in the project, right from the beginning. And we saw what are all the modern managers dilemma, like whether to be what do you say be focus on the efficiency or just focus on the innovative point, and whether to follow the process strictly or to adapt quickly or to lead the people or to manage the systems. So these were the modern managers dilemma. And it's the skill set and the experience of these modern managers and the guidance they get from the other experts in the industry. So they take the decisions accordingly, according to the situation. And then we saw about the future of industrial management. That is what is going to be the future. That is that will be a great impact by artificial intelligence, remote work culture, sustainability factor, that is go green factor, and purpose driven work, not for salary driven but for purpose driven work. And there will be a continuous learning. So if any of the employee or any organization fails to learn, if they stop learning, they will become stagnant, and they will not sustain in the industry. And what skills tomorrow's managers need? They need technical skills, human skills, conceptual skills, and adaptive skills. And finally we ended with the key takeaways. For today's session, we are going to discuss about the operations management and the process design. So we are coming into the main activities, how to manage the main operations of an organization. So what is operations? In the contextual view, if you take what is an operation, all the activities, whatever activity you do to complete a task, to complete something, to finish off, a work or job. So that's called operations. So operations is all about who are doing those activities, who's entrusted to do the activity, and what they do, and what tools or what resources they do, what is the time frame of that activity. There should be a start and end time frame, right? Like there should be an end time, because it's not a some projects is not a a continuous process. Though few projects are a continuous process, that is continuously the organization to enhance any project, definitely would have some result at a point of time. Though it is an agile project, so at the end of every stage there will be the result. Okay, so the companies has to keep on enhancing the results, so that the company, the organization sustains for the another period. So this is how the operations go on right now. So operations is the backbone of every successful operations. It means the successful organization. It means if the operations are very well planned and properly executed within the prescribed time frame, so organization meets success. Organization becomes a competitive advantage, gains competitive advantage, and the organization becomes the giant in that particular industry. So first start with the process flow analysis. It's otherwise called as mapping. It is the activity mapping, or you say operations mapping. So let's see what is process flow analysis. Okay, so every process, no matter how complex, it can be broken down into a series of steps, decisions, and handoffs. That is you're breaking down the whole operations or the whole activity into smaller operations, smaller activities. So instead of having a goal at the end and continuously working towards that goal without seeing back, or without any without having any checkpoint in between to check whether the path you have traveled as of now, the activities you have done as of now, or the processes you have like executed as of now, whether it has been like rightfully done or not. So if you don't have this like a clear view when you're in a process or when you're in a project, if there is no like milestones set up no in between, what happens is at one point you may feel so frustrated, because you will not be knowing when the process is going to complete, because you are doing in every activity like with all the resources available, and yet it seems like everything is completely drained out at one point of time. So you need to have these milestones. So instead of like working on with a long project or a long process, or a like a continuous activity, that should be a breakdown in between. That is like break the full activity, the complete activity, into the smaller task. So have a time frame for the smaller task, plan the smaller task, organize a smaller task, and like assign people, assign resources to complete the smaller task, and complete those tasks within that day. Then you can like carry the smaller task to the next level, that is not to the stage 2. So this is how it is called as like operations mapping or activity mapping, which is otherwise called process flow analysis. So all you have to do is like start with a visualization. That is like imagine we are going to build a home for ourselves. So how do we plan? First we lay down like the budget. So for how much we are going to like build the house, and where to build, and then we will decide upon like how many stories, like whether it's like a single story house or a double story house, and whether it needs like a parking. So it's like building a house. So you will have like a view at the end of some point, like you will view your house as a complete finished structure, with all the amenities you have like wished for, with the money whatever you have spent for it. So it starts with all with the visualization. Okay, so visual the end result, and then plan accordingly. So according to the end result, how you want it to be, how you want that to be done, or how you want it to be a completed one. So based on that visualization, slowly like plan the activities. So first it starts with input flows, and then transformation processes, then output flows, then feedback loops. So input flows is like how it all starts. Where do you get the required resources, required manpower, and the place where it has to be like executed or worked upon, and everything like the customers expectations. So accordingly you have to like go with the processes or with the product. So input everything, like whatever is available, input everything. Then is a transformation process. Transformation process is you're executing it. Then output flows, like see the result at each and every breakdown point, see the result, and get feedback from the management, get feedback from the if possible customers, if they are involved in the process, or get feedback from the team members, and feedback from the experts. So this is how you have to go on with the like process flow analysis. That is the operations like flow analysis. For real world application, let's see an example. Toyota. So what they did was like they executed this process flow analysis. That is like the activities mapping, operations mapping. So what happened? They reduced the production time because of executing it. Like since they have executed this process flow analysis in their like systems and in their operations, in their work areas. So they were able to like reduce the production time by 50%, and they were like able to cut the inventory cost by 70%. The quality of their products, quality of their service and the products, and their like the work environment, everything, it improved by 90%. The customer satisfaction, and like it also increased very dramatically, in the sense there was a sudden increase in the customer satisfaction because the process analysis was followed. Then we can like discuss about the process flow optimization technique. So how to go with this process flow analysis, how to know like go with process flow optimization. First one is elimination. So eliminate all the unwanted things, no, like which and all is not useful, or which and all is not going to give a no a kind of like a satisfaction for the customer, or which is not going to give any kind of no like a value to the product, a value to the customer. No, eliminate those things. It may be those processes or those resources may give a value to the employees, or may give a value to the organization, but if it is not going to give any value to the customers, then it is not going to be any use. So identify those no like loopholes, identify those processes, identify those people and no activities, everything, and no like eliminate them. So first you have to no start with asking yourself, is this step necessary, or is this, or these people necessary, or these resources necessary? So what happens if we skip it? That is the next question. So if you are going to skip that particular step, no, what will be the result? If the result is going to be something no like negative, so don't go for it. Or if it was going to be no like positive, then go for it. And the third question you need to ask is, can we achieve the same result in a different way? That is no like by cutting down the cost, or cutting down the time, or cutting down the energy. So can we achieve the same result in a different way? So ask these questions no at the starting point, no like elimination. So eliminate all those things no which is not going to do any good, or no like give any value to the customer or to the product. Don't go for it. Then is the combination. That is no like combined related activities to reduce handoffs and wait times. Merge approval processes. If you can combine two different no like process or activities at the same time, that will result to no like economy of scale. So economy of scale is no like doing something no like one at a time. There is no like two multiple activities one at a time, or no like doing an activity to the extent no within a particular time period, so that no you can cut down the time, cut down the cost, cut down the energy, cut down the skill and everything. So if where and all no there is an availability for merging like two or three activities together for controlling the cost, go for it. And consolidate the inspections. No, when you go for when you're inspecting, when you're no like checking for quality or everything. So when you go with the inspection, consolidate or inspection. No, like instead of no like inspecting or seeing or going through one activity no like at one time, go with no like inspecting multiple activities at the same time. So this will no like give you no a control over the time. Then bundle related tasks, no like go for bundle related tasks instead of individual tasks. Then is a rearrangement. So sometimes it's not what you do, but when you do it. So rearrange everything. So don't do those activities, don't take up those activities, no, which will consume more time in the beginning. Don't go for that. So rearrange it. So you will have a plan, no, while you're going for mapping. That is no like day one what to do, day two what to do, day three what to do, and what task to complete. So go for it. If no like if a particular activity is going to extend for more than one day, so plan accordingly, because you cannot go with the same resources, same people for doing that no like extensive activity. So no like plan something else. So rearrange everything wherever it is necessary, and go for simplification. That is not like make complex processes beautifully simple. That is not like cutting down into simpler task, and no like maybe no at the end of each task you can no like give some kind of no like award or reward to the team members. So they'll be so happy and more motivated, their morale will increase, so they will no like enthusiastically no they will be taking the project to the next level. So this is how no you can do it. So by simplification you can cut down the task into much simpler no like task or process, and then no like you can make the work easier for the no like the employees. The second one is capacity plan. So first we saw is no like the process flow analysis, and the second one is capacity planning. So what is a capacity planning? Organizations no like go for planning the capacity in the sense it's it's just not about no like expanding their the premises, or no going with buying another machinery or no like buying another like a venue for no like going on with the activities. It's not just that, but capacity planning is no like if they want to enlarge their business, or no like going for enlarging their no like customer base, they want to capture more customer, so they are going with no like one more product line, or no like say they're opening up another manufacturing unit in another place, or no like they are buying their own they're building their own warehouse. So whatever they do no for expanding the activities, so it's called capacity plan. So before going for a capacity planning, that is not because it involves cost, right? It involves cost, it involves time and energy. And before going for that, no, companies has to know like think about a few points. That is no like whether this is necessary right now. Is it necessary for the organization to go for this capacity planning right now? Is it the right time to know go with the capacity planning? And if at all no they are going with the capacity planning, is it okay for them to know like to pump the funds, no required funds at this particular point? Because if the company wants to know go for capacity planning, the company should already they should have been established in the industry, no, at least for 5 to 7 years. So only after they establish themselves and they should have seen some profit, then they can think about the capacity plan. Otherwise no, if it is a new company, uh, it is not a right choice to go with the capacity planning no in another 1 or 2 years. So the company has to establish itself no in the industry. First no like they have to establish themselves. They have to know like their brand should be a known one, so they have to know like establish their brand. The customer should identify the brand. Then that is the right time for the company organization to go for the expansion plan. So let's discuss about no like in detail. So capacity planning is a strategic art of having just the right amount of resources, especially in no like this industrial management. So not too much. That is not that becomes an expensive waste. So don't go for something no like too much, because now you're going to know like invest more money on that. So expensive waste. And not too little, because that will become a missed opportunity. If you try to know like optimize which the required resource with the no like available resources, and if you plan to know run with the same resources for a longer time, that may be no like missing a good opportunity. So don't keep it too little, and but just try. That is no optimal efficiency you have to plan. So what is the challenge usually companies face here is demand is unpredictable. Obviously no one can predict the demand exactly, because we will not be knowing like what customers will be like demanding no maybe no next year. We don't know, because yeah, though companies have an idea about like what is going to be the demand, but they cannot exactly like have that points, no. Because what happens is if suddenly there is a trend no in the market or in the industry, everything changes. Suddenly the demand pattern changes, the customers buying behavior changes, and no like everything changes, the resources and everything no, it completely changes. So it is completely like it's not completely unpredictable, but to an extent it's predictable, but the remaining 15 to 20%, yes, demand is unpredictable. So resources are expensive, markets are unforgiving. So get it right and you're a hero. Get it wrong and you're either hemorrhaging money or losing your customers. There are three levels for no like capacity planning. The first one is strategic planning. So when a company is not planning for expanding their capacity, the first they can plan is no strategic planning. That is for 2 to 10 years. So this is something so extensive. So when they have to plan for the strategy capacity, when they have to plan is once they have established themselves, not immediately. So first they have to know like make the required profit. They have to get a good customer base, and their brand has to be a known brand in the market, in the industry. Then they have to go for the capacity plan. So because the strategy planning like it will be for a long term. There is no for 2 to 10 years. For example, I would say strategy planning will be like something like having overseas offices, and having an research and development team, no, because that requires no like a lot of money. You need to budget no like a good amount of money for no having a R&D team, R&D department no in organization. That's not an easy task. Because we don't know when the result will be no like coming out, because R&D is something no like continuous process. So if you want to invest in R&D, you cannot expect the results very quickly. You cannot expect the profit out of it very quickly. It will take some time. So no like you have to no wait for the results to come. So these are the examples no like having an R&D department no in the organization, and a team no for R&D, and no like going globally, having no say multiple offices in no like multiple global locations. All these are no strategy capacity, or mergers, merging with another company, acquiring another company. No, these are no like strategic capacity planning. So which the company has to know like think no like for the next 2 to 10 years. So this is the building the foundation level. So facility location and size decisions are taken in this planning, and the major equipment investments. So major equipments, no, if you want to buy it for your business, so those decisions comes under the strategy capacity planning. Technology platform choices and workforce development strategies. For example, Amazon's decision, no, like going for multiple no like decentralized locations no like in main cities no, that this they have predicted 15-20 years back, because no like they very well know online retail is going to be the no like the future of the retail market, and more customers will be no like buying online. So they have to strategically think and set up multiple warehouses, multiple locations, decentralized locations no in multiple facilities. This is an example of strategy capacity planning. Then is a tactical capacity planning. So this the organization, that is a management, can know like think maybe like next 6 months to 2 years time. So this is the adjusting the dials level. That is it is taken by the like the managerial level experts. There is a departmental managers. So seasonal staffing adjustments according to the season or according to the requirement. Equipment maintenance scheduling, so once in 6 months or once in a year, so how the equipments and the machineries has to be serviced, all these decisions. And supplier relationship management, so there will be contract with the vendors, with the suppliers, maybe for 1 year or 2 years. So after 1 year or 2 year, you have to rethink whether to go with the same supplier or with the same vendor, or you have to change to a new supplier. So these decisions no it comes under tactical planning. So this tactical planning no will be implemented, will go on for 6 months to 2 years. Then cross training programs. Cross training is making the employees work for no like a department or work in a particular project or activity for a span of time, say 6 months to 1 year. So once the employee is no like very well versed in that particular activity, then shifting the employee to the other department or other set of activity or other project. So this is called cross training. So example is no like retail companies no hiring seasonal workers for holiday shopping seasons. The third one is operational capacity plan. That is day-to-day task planning, weekly task planning. This is very short term. This is a real time optimization level. So daily staff scheduling, mission allocation, rush order handling, overtime decisions, and day to day, no like running of the office. There is no maintaining the office or the premises or whatever it is. No, all these comes under operational capacity plan. So this is done by the level managers or by the supervisors, or no the team leaders no like whoever is given with the operational function. So they will be taking care of these decisions, operational capacity planning, which will be done on a maybe on a daily basis or on a weekly basis. So and next we are going to see is yeah, sorry, 1 second, give me a second. The system got freezed. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So this is a formula for no like a capacity utilization. So this is the performance indicator, like you can see. Okay. Okay, sorry, suddenly it got freeze. Okay, so this is like a capacity utilization formula. How the company can like decide about whether they want to go with the capacity planning or not. So actual output divided by maximum possible output into 100. So this is the usual formula, the management or the technicians use to decide whether they have to go for the capacity planning. So why? Because there is no flexibility for rush orders. Here's a counterintuitive truth: 100% utilization is actually bad business. So they say that 100% utilization of the like available resources, it's a bad business, because the reason, like they have to have some like a buffer stock or a safety stock kind of a thing, for the future. They cannot utilize everything, like for time being. They have to have something, for the future, for the next day, for the next month. So they should always plan this before going for a capacity plan. So because no flexibility of for rush orders, no time for maintenance or improvement, stress systems lead to quality problems and employee burnout becomes inevitable. So if you use all the resources, like within the limited time, everything gets exhausted. Say for example, if a worker is made to work, like continuously for say 10 to 12 hours without any break, without giving time for that worker to like relax, how that worker will be like coming to work the next day. It is not possible, right? The same concept applies here. So but here is the like something like positive. The most successful operations target 80 to 85% capacity utilization, leaving room for emergency orders, preventive maintenance, process improvements, and employee development. So don't use all the resources one at a time. No, don't use it completely, so that it gets exhausted at some point. Don't go for that, but always utilize 80 to 85% of the capacity, that is the available resources. Mr. Syed Hassan, can you please mute your audio? Mr. Syed, thank you. So there is a real world application of like capacity planning, which has been successfully implemented by this Southwest Airlines. And the result was like remarkable. So what happened? Southwest Airlines revolutionized air travel by rethinking capacity planning. So traditional airlines, how they worked was, it was a complex hub and spoke system. Multiple aircraft types were used by an airline company, and they were like varying with the service levels also. What Southwest Airlines did was point to point routes. They decided point to point routes and a single aircraft type. They went with single aircraft type instead of having multiple aircraft types, and they went with standardized service instead of going for varying services. So what was the result of this? Higher aircraft utilization. It happened. So 12 plus flights per day was like operated by Southwest Airlines, whereas the other airlines in the industry, they operated on an average of 8 flights per day. Sorry. Then the second highlight was like a faster turnaround times happen. Turnaround time is like a vehicle. It's a time the vehicle takes coming to a stop and then like starting again. So that is the turnaround time. For example, if the flight like lands in the airport, the time it stops in the lands in the airport, and the time it again flies with the passengers. So that is the turnaround time. No, the ground time is called the turnaround time. Usually the ground time shouldn't be more, for any vehicle, because uh, ships are good only when they are at sea. What is the point of like docking them in the ports? So that is the point. Like if you have a vehicle, if you have the machinery, it has to be running. It can't stay idle for a long time. Maybe for service reason, it can't. It can be like put down to rest for some time, but otherwise it has to be function. It has to be working. So the turnaround time has to be like much lesser for a vehicle. So 25 minutes versus industry average of 45 minutes. Usually other airliners took 45 minutes of turnaround time, but the Southwest Airlines, because of they successfully implemented this capacity planning, they had a turnaround time only for 25 minutes. And then is a lower cost and higher profitability. Yes, they could cut down the cost, and no, there was higher profitability. And industry leading on-time performance was achieved by these Southwest Airlines when they implemented these steps no in capacity planning. So let's discuss about the bottlenecks. You might have heard this term, bottleneck. It's a situation where there is a demand, but you couldn't satisfy the demand of the customers. You have resources, but the resources are very limited. But the customer demand has grown more suddenly. You have only less resources. With those less resources, you can't satisfy all the customers. So that is called a bottleneck situation. So non-availability of resources when the demand is more. If there is enough resources, the demand can be immediately seen into and the company can earn profits. But unexpectedly, resources are very less. So yes, the company had a stock out situation kind of a thing. So this is called a bottleneck. So, concept wise, a bottleneck is any resource whose capacity is less than the demand placed upon it. Think of it as the narrowest part of an hourglass. So, you might have seen a hourglass, right? So, how it works, there is a bottleneck in the center. So, there is a demand that is at the bottom, but the sand in the water, the hour clock or the water in the hour clock, it drips, it falls very slowly because of this bottleneck. So the theory of constraints, it was laid by Dr. Goldratt. He's a game changer. That is he has impacted, for the impacted to an extent by proposing few theories for the successful implementation of these bottleneck identification and elimination. So what he put forward was theory of constraints. That is focus on the Okay, focus on the constraint and everything else becomes easier. That was his theory. Let's see what was a five-step theory by this great scholar. First one is identify. Identify the bottleneck. Where the bottleneck happens. That is where do work items pile up, which process has the lowest throughput, and what's running at 100% capacity. So where there is lowest throughput, there is something which has to be taken care. Where there is 100% capacity running, it means it's that process or that activity is not properly utilizing all the resources available. So identify where the things pile up, where work gets stagnated, where there is a problem in utilizing the resources. So where is the bottleneck? Identify. Second step is exploit. Let us get maximum performance from the bottleneck without major investment. Eliminate idle time. There is no breaks for the bottleneck. Idle time, completely eliminate machinery or manpower or materials. It shouldn't be having some idle time unless or otherwise it is for rest. Purposefully it is put for rest or purposefully it is laid down to rest for some time. And ensure quality inputs. Don't waste bottleneck time on defects and optimize the work method and provide the best tools and training for the employees to avoid bottleneck situations. Third step is subordinate everything else. Make all other processes serve the constraint. That is, feed the bottleneck consistently. Don't overproduce upstream. Ensure downstream can handle bottleneck output and align schedules to bottleneck rhythm. Now here upstream and downstream means upstream is something where all the products or all the resources are accessed at a point so that the main activity can happen. So that is called upstream. Downstream is once the activity is done, how it is being distributed to the required parties. That is called downstream. So don't focus on the ensured don't overproduce the upstream. That is don't go with too much resources in the upstream process, because at some point, no, it will get congested, or it will get no like confused. So which resource to use at the first basis? So in order to avoid that congestion and confusion, don't overproduce the upstream process. Go with the no like resources whichever is no like required at that particular point of time, and ensure downstream can handle the bottleneck output. Align schedules to bottleneck rhythm, that is according to the bottleneck situations, align the required schedules. And the fourth step is elevate the system's contract. That is, if exploitation isn't enough, add capacity to it. That is, buy additional equipment or buy more resources, hire more skilled workers for the process, work overtime on the constraint, and outsource bottleneck work. If the company is not able to like tackle the bottleneck situations, so instead of no like challenging it again and again without any like a positive results, what they can do is outsource that particular activity or project to external parties, so they can so that no like this organization can no concentrate on the core business. And step number 5 is again go for it from the beginning, because once you fix one bottleneck, another will appear. So the process never ends, and it's a continuous improvement process. So real world success, no, like it is mentioned in a storybook, a novel kind of a thing. It's a no like it's a high sales novel. It's called the Phoenix Project. It was written by some I don't know, like I don't know the name of the person, but it's no like uh, a great book to read for industrialists, for management professionals. It's a great book to read. If you have time, if you can no acquire that book, maybe like over the internet, if it is available in PDF format, or no like if you can read a few chapters of from that book, or if you can buy it, it will be good. It's like a no like a case study thing. So what that book says is no like it is all about an IT company. What the story is all about is it's an IT. The story revolves around an IT company. So what happens? The main player of that organization, I think he quits or he dies. I'm not very sure. So that person is not available at the bottleneck moment. If that person, that main resource is available, things would have been easier. But usually the process goes. But that person is not available, no, like on that particular bottleneck moment. So how, no, like the other employees or no, that management, no, like they came together and no like overcame the situation. So all is about no like going back from the beginning and streamlining the process, breaking the whole project into simpler tasks, and going out with the no like the capacity planning. First they start with this operational capacity planning, then they go with this managerial capacity planning, and finally they go with strategic capacity planning. So finally everything no like at the end will work out very smoothly, very successfully, and all the employees will be no like the organization will be rewarded. So that's the story no like which is mentioned in this book. So this book no like the problem mainly mentioned in this book, in the story, is software deployments taking months, constant firefighting, and missed deadlines. So for the clients, the deployment no it was getting late, the company couldn't complete the process and no hand over the project no to their clients, so it was getting late, and no like constant firefighting was happening. There was no like conflict between the employees within the managements, no like there was many things happening, and missed deadlines. The company couldn't no like successfully no like finished off the projects or the activities no before the deadline. So the bottleneck was no the Brent. So Brent is a person no who was not available at that point no at this bottleneck situation. The go-to person for critical systems knowledge, no, that person was available, not available. So the solution was document Brent's knowledge. So Brent, what he did do as of now. So So they have to document it. So what they will do is like they will go through what and all activities he has done when there is a like a need for quality checking, or where there is a need for troubleshooting. So they will go with what Brent has like done when such kind of situations happen. Then cross train other team members. Each and every team member will be trained on this. So that's the no advantage of cross training, because even if one person is not available, you can complete the process activity with other person, because you're training almost everyone in the organization on the process through cross training. So cross training will be done for all the employees in the story. Automate routine task Brent was handling. So he was not handling everything manually and like physically. So automated like the new team went on with the automation process, and finally create standard operating procedures, SOPs. So everyone will be knowing what are all their duties and responsibilities, what is the timeline and everything. So SOPs were like created, and all were asked to like strictly asked to follow those SOPs. So the results, the final end, of this story, what happened? Deployment time dropped from months to hours. Systems reliability, that is system reliability soared, and the team went from hero to zero. So that was the result. That, I mean, that was the end, like the climax of this book. So if you have the like the resource, any resource to like get this book or read this book, so go for it. It's a very good like book on like how operations should be planned, especially how bottlenecks has to be handled. Sorry. Okay. So now we will see about like common bottleneck types in different industries. Hope I'm not yeah, we still have some time. Okay, we can discuss this. Yes. uh let's see here about the common bottleneck types, different industries. So first, in manufacturing industry, what kind of bottlenecks these industries can faces, the companies can face in manufacturing industries. Machine capacity limitations, that is orders will be more but machines will be like much lesser. Skilled labor shortages, no skilled labors will not be available. Laborers may be there, but no skilled labors may not be available. Quality control checkpoints and material supply constraints. So materials will not be available at the moment for production or for going on with the process. So there will be limitation in the material supply from the vendors or from the suppliers like. And quality control checkpoints, so that those checkpoints may be missed, or may not be there purposefully like taken off by one or two employees to ease the their work. So these kind of like bottleneck situations you can see in manufacturing industry. In service industries, you can see the customer service representatives like enough representatives are not available, but the customers are like in the queue or more, but there will be only one or two representative like available for like taking the call, or attending the service, attending the customers. Approval processes, it will delay. It will like delay because of like management's management's decision, or the management takes more time for approving a particular process or a project. And whatever like approval process it gets delayed. And information systems capacity, if few companies are not switching on to technology, obviously everything will be done manually, and like it will take more time. But the customers will be keeping on increasing, but because of manual work, manual process, the all activity will get delayed, that service will get delayed. And regulatory compliance steps, sometimes like these companies like stick on to the regulatory compliance, they wait for the approval. But those authorities they will take more time to give those approvals. That is, those government authorities or legal authorities, they'll take more time to give approvals. So these kind of bottlenecks you can see in service industries. Then in software industries, like code review process, code is submitted, like code has been like everything ready, but the deployment becomes like late because of like review process is late, or like quality check is late, whatever it is. and testing, no, that is becoming late, or it is on hold, or it is put on hold for whatever reason. Testing environments, deployment pipelines, and database performance. So all these things, no, all these are the, no, like the types of bottlenecks you can usually, know, happen to hear or see in various industries. So what is the solution for this, no, bottleneck situation? That is how to overcome this bottleneck situation. So there is a symphony approach, that is integration approach. So system thinking, that is the first concept in a symphony approach, that is integration approach. Every change ripples through the entire system. That is, you're making a small change, it will affect through the entire system, it will take its effect through the entire system. So optimize locally and you might hurt globally. If you're going with complete optimization, that is 100% optimization within one particular period, you will not be having enough to know, like stay or know, survive for the next day or for the next season. So don't go for complete 100% optimization. Go for 80 to 85% optimization. Have some buffer stock or safety resources, no, available in hand to meet the unexpected demand, no, from the market. So data driven decisions, use metrics that matter. Always go for data driven, no, like decisions, because now it's possible because of technology. We have automation and everything. So it's always better for the organizations, industries to go with data driven decisions and data driven, no, options. Because if you go with conventional decision making, that's not going to work, because now the customer base, their interest, their buying pattern, their likes, their wants, their needs, everything has changed. The complete industry, the environment, everything has changed. So you have to go on with the change. So always go for data driven. That is no, the technology based, information based, data based decision making. So use metrics, no, wherever it is necessary, for throughput, for maintaining the inventory, for operating the expenses. No, go for, no, like data driven metrics. The third one is continuous improvement culture. That is, make optimization everyone's job. Don't confine it to, no, like it's a management's job to go for optimization. Every employee should be aware of his or her duties, responsibilities, and their commitment should be shown in the company on the context that how much they are utilizing the resources given to them. So it is not only the management's responsibility for maximizing or optimizing, no, the resources, but it's also the each and every employee. So there should be a continuous improvement culture. Then customer value focus. So whatever the company does, no, uh, all the activity, all the resources, all the processes, the only one thing what it should focus is whether it will give a value, whether it will create a value for the customer, whether it will create a value for the environment or create a value for the product. So that has to be, seen. So customer value focus has to be, kept in mind. So what is going to be the future of operations management? So yes, most companies, most industries, they go with, this IoT systems, it is Internet of Things systems. They go with robotic systems, AI systems, and everything. So IoT sensors providing real time data. It's already in use, but again, uh, another, the remaining companies, organizations, industry will also go for it. AI predicting bottlenecks before they occur, and robotic process automation handling routine tasks, and digital twins simulating process changes. That is, two processes can be, done at the same time to, minimize the cost and time. Then sustainability integration is another, future. That is, companies now focus on the sustainability. They go for, greener environment, because already, these companies has done enough damage to the environment. They have done enough damage to the, the world. So nowadays, companies mandatorily, like they go for sustainability factors. Circular economy policies, waste elimination, not resource of resources, and like energy efficient optimization, social responsibility metrics. So all these things, like they seriously, take it as a concern. Then agile operations. Agile is something, instead of like giving a streamline of like uh, a unique operation, or like a streamlined operation. So companies are now going with agile operations. Obviously, it's going to take some time, because when you go on with when you take up agile operations, you can't give the final end time, because in agile tasks will be like broken down into simpler tasks, and like for each and every simpler task there will be a timeline. So only if you complete the first task on the prescribed timeline, you will be able to complete the second task on that particular timeline. So you cannot, that's why you cannot predict the final timeline, so when this project is going to complete or something. So agile is always something ongoing process. You cannot give the exact timeline to give the final result. So, but companies are going for this because customer satisfaction, because they know
Oh,
like
after you want to
customer.
he will take later. No,
Mr.
9.
Ahmed,
Okay, you want
Mr.
to-
Ahmed, can you mute your audio?
You want to go just message? Huh? Okay.
Okay, guys, make sure you're muting your audio. So then flexibility capacity models, cross-functional teams are like instead of HR department functioning on its own and no sales department functioning on its own, you're like making both the teams meet each other, have communication with each other, and plan things like in accordance with each other. So that is cross-functional teams that will like happen in agile operations and agile activities, projects, and continuous experimentation will be happening. So these like trends are already like it's happening in the industry right now, which is like taken by many startup companies and like high profile companies. But in nearby future, almost all the companies in like almost all the industry will be like uh, taking these as their new trends. So your operations management action plan for students, for learners, who are deciding to enter into the industry. We are ready to enter into the industry, taking up their first job, or professionals who are already employed but they are planning to move to like another company, or like another job, or professionals who are looking for a career change or a career shift, from their present role and designation. So for them, what they can do from their side, to become like to become successful, or to successful land in a job, or to successful take up like a bigger positions in the organization. So what they can do is master the fundamentals. So you have to master, there is no other go, because gone are the days like you can't say like I am an MBA graduate from a reputed college, so companies are going to like give me they are going to give me a like a red carpet like invitation. No, it's not going to happen nowadays. Even recently like we have been hearing that companies who are doing campus recruitments in IITs and IIMs, the recruitment is not that much. Like usually they recruit at least 75% to 80% candidates from these educational institutions, from IITs and IIMs. But nowadays it has come down to only 35 to 40%. And the reason these companies say is students are like graduated, but they haven't got the required skill set. So skill set is a missing point here. The skill set may be no the like practical application of a knowledge. The skill set may be like something learning a new language, like knowing more language other than your mother tongue and English. And like if you know one more language, that is also a skill set. And other than having degree, if you have any other qualifications or certification, that is another skill set. So all these things or missing, like, or any of these things are no missing in the younger generation. That's why no like these companies, they have no cut down the recruitment, no like recruitment process, cut down the number of students no usually they acquire or usually they recruit no in the campus interviews. So master the fundamentals, think systems, always consider how parts interact with the whole, that is smaller concepts interact, combine together and make us a whole concept. So think systems and embrace the data, always go for no like collect, analyze and act on operational metrics instead of having no like a prejudgmental views and prejudgmental no like decision making. So develop soft skill, that is more important, and stay current. You have to know what is happening in the industry right now. So key takeaways, operations management isn't just about making things run smoothly. So it's about creating competitive, competitive advantage through operational excellence. The companies that master these fundamentals don't just survive, they dominate their industries. So not only the companies, even every individual, know like who are in the industries, any industries, it can be you, me, everyone, know like whether we are in top managerial level or in the middle level or in the operational level, that much doesn't matter. So we have to know have these like skill set, we have to master these things to stay in the industry and to grow up in the career. That is mastering the fundamentals, thinking in systems and embracing the data, developing soft skills and like having current knowledge about the industry. So yes, we have come to the end of this session. Hope you have like understood the concepts. If you have any doubt, you can stay. I'll be here for next 2 to 3 minutes. Yes, you can clear your doubts.
Yes, ma'am. Good evening, ma'am.
Yeah, good
Can
evening.
you repeat? Can you repeat? Capacity utilization, please.
Capacity planning.
Capacity utilization, please.
Capacity utilization.
Yes,
Okay.
exactly.
Capacity utilization is like utilizing the available resources uh, to an extent. That is no for no like uh, to make the processes better, to make the activities better, you're going to utilize the available resources to an extent. And you shouldn't be like utilizing to the whole, that is 100% utilization uh, cannot be done because you're not saving it for the future. And the same time you cannot utilize at a very less amount because you may not be meeting the demand in the market. So use those capacity, that is use those resources whichever is necessary for meeting the current demand in the market. That is not like capacity utilization.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, yes, ma'am. For the bottleneck management system, can we apply the same principles in manufacturing in construction industries?
It has to be, yes. This is especially for manufacturing and construction industries because these industries like face the main problem of like handing over the project before the deadline. Yes, so that is like giving out the result before the deadline. So yes, bottleneck situations happen mostly in these industries, and the strategies to eliminate those bottleneck situations has to be taken. Yes, of course.
Okay, okay. Thank you.
Mhm. Yeah, welcome. Okay. So yeah, thank you so much for your participation, and yeah, we will meet another time. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.